Vaccine holdouts may be the last hurdle in defeating the pandemic. And right now, Republicans are the largest group holding out. Health experts say more than 75% of Americans need to get their shot to achieve the so-called herd immunity and help stamp out COVID. But can the country reach that goal without Republicans on board? Polls show as many as 40% of conservatives don't plan to get vaccinated. Former President Donald Trump reached out to his supporters this week, urging them to get their shot. And in North Carolina, Republican leaders are sending the same message.
I would encourage anyone who sees this to think seriously about getting the vaccine. I think it's one of the things that will help us get out of the things that we've been dealing with over the past year.
Senate Leader Phil Berger says he's gotten both of his shots. WXII 12 News reached out to 39 lawmakers who represent the Piedmont Triad in the General Assembly as well as Congress. We asked them one question: have they had their shot? If not, do they plan to get vaccinated? 30 of the 39 lawmakers told us they had either already gotten their shot or planned to get vaccinated. Only 9 lawmakers didn't respond to our question. In Washington, Senator Richard Burr, Congresswoman Virginia Foxx, and Congressman Ted Budd. In the North Carolina Senate, David Craven, who represents Guilford and Randolph counties, and Steve Jarvis from Davidson County didn't respond when we asked about their vaccine plans. In the North Carolina House, Jerry Carter from Rockingham, Jeffrey Elmore from Wilkes, Jeff Zenger from Forsyth, and Kyle Hall, who represents Rockingham, Stokes, and Surry counties, did not respond to our question. All 9 lawmakers who didn't respond are Republicans. It doesn't mean they haven't been vaccinated or that they don't have plans to get their shot.
I can't understand it either.
Among Republican leaders who support the vaccine is Representative Donnie Lambeth of Forsyth County, who chairs the House Health Committee. He says he's gotten both of his shots.
It is a real disease, illness, and people die. And I think you got to do everything you can to protect yourself. But more importantly, I think protect other people that you're around in case you have the virus.
Senator Michael Garrett, a Guilford County Democrat who says he's gotten his shots, urges Republican leaders to speak out about the need for vaccines.
It might be a difficult conversation to have with their voters. It's something that definitely needs to happen for the better of the whole.
Is there any pressure for people to get the shot down there?
Well, within the Senate Democratic caucus, everyone is going to get it.
Have you encouraged any of your fellow Republicans in the Senate?
I have. Anyone who is willing to talk to me about that, I encourage them to get the vaccine.
Do you think every lawmaker will get it?
I don't know.
Not a single lawmaker, Democrat or Republican, told us they would not get vaccinated. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.